Money flows to you in expected and unexpected ways. Hi, I'm Kristen. Welcome back to In the Good for another journaling and creative time session with me. This is focused on money and the ways that we can get caught up and stressed out and in our heads and tied to a lot of old stories about money and abundance in our lives. This mantra was given to me by a friend the other week because I was talking about stress around money, and he goes, there's a mantra for that. Money flows to you in expected and unexpected ways. And my first thought was, a mantra, because that's really not a tool that I personally use a lot. And I decided to lean into it because I really trust my friend. And I think what he was trying to do with giving me this mantra is to lean a little bit into putting a new story, a new way of thinking about money, a new way to surprise myself around how I bring money into my life, and just to be open and to create a little bit of space to jump off the loop that I have of fear and anxiety and scarcity. We all go through times in our lives where there's stuff going on, where we're evolving, where we're changing, where life around us is maybe disrupting our flow of money, or we're realizing even that it's not even about the amount of money, but it's how we're bringing that money into our lives and wanting to change that and wanting to maybe bring more meaning or something that is more fulfilling into our lives around creating money. So I thought that we could play today. When I started using the mantra, just like, oh, what the heck, why not? And I just leaned a little bit into something a little bit more hopeful. Again, a little bit more into the unknown around how things could change. Not trying to control it or how is this going to happen, but just letting myself see what comes to me if I could just have a little bit of an opening. I did notice a few things. Now, it wasn't like a big outpouring of money or an inheritance or something, but the day I started saying the mantra, I went to the health food store to get my usual smoothie, and I go there every day. And the cashier, who knows me really well, didn't charge me for the smoothie. And it's like an $8 smoothie, but I noticed, I'm like, he didn't charge me for this. I'm like, well, that's $8, it could be the beginning of something, right? It was enough evidence for me to continue to lean even more into this idea, right? And, that week, some more clients came my way than I was expecting. Also, the following week, a friend of mine offered to give me Delta points to go to a retreat in Ohio that I would like to go to in a couple of weeks. And, I was just concerned around, spending all the money on the retreat and getting all the way to Ohio and this whole thing. And he was like, I have Delta points. I'm happy to give them to you. So, again, it's not about having something necessarily big happen right away, although it absolutely positively could. It's about trusting that if I can just let go of being in that scarcity mindset, that maybe something could come forward for me. So I thought we could take some time together, let it all go. You can use this time to let the fears and anxiety come out. Allow yourself to surrender, and then also allow yourself that place of hopefulness and inspiration, and maybe start to even think about what you want to create next, what ideas are coming, what it is that you really want to do, what are you dreaming about, right? I wanted to pull in one of my flower essences for this to help us. I create plant and flower essences here, and that's part of my practice. I was really guided to pull out white rose, which is deeply an essence for me of clarity. So yes, it's around getting that clarity, around cleaning out the old that's taking up space to create the new space for what we want to bring in, right? But this essence, when I took it, it was this deep experience of like a DNA clearing. And I felt like old stuff, ancestral stuff, family stuff, was just kind of like wanting to release and let go, like stuff that's not mine, that's kind of, stuck in the body, things from other people. For example, my father never liked to take any kind of risks when it came to work, even though he wanted to. He was an engineer and an inventor and a very creative person. And there were some things he wanted to do with some things that he invented. And he just felt like, going to stay here and do this job with this 401k and this insurance. And of course, it's wonderful to have those things. But, I think later in life, he, always wondered, oh, what if I tried this? What if I tried that? But that fear of taking a risk on himself. And I carry that a little bit within me. So maybe we can lean into white rose as well and know that white rose is here with us as we journal, as we go on this journey, cleaning and clearing out what is not yours, what is very old, even our past stuff, right? Because we can kind of have a past life in this life, right? And what is not serving us anymore, and really having a true acceptance of who we are now and what we need now and what we are worthy of and deserve now and what we absolutely can create next. So I'll see you on the other side, and we'll have a little bit of integration and have a beautiful, wonderful journey. And slowly coming out of the trance state that you're in, as you've been just allowing yourself to feel and express, and taking a deep breath and feeling your body on whatever surface it's on. If you need to pause this and keep writing, I will see you when you're ready. But if you are ready, you can slowly put down the pen. Lean back. Take a deep breath. So I want to share, just for a few minutes, some of my integration here. The first thing I wrote was money, intimacy, desire, choice, and will. And I think it's my desire to have intimacy with my life path and my work in the world, to have a relationship with it as I would have a relationship with anyone important in my life. That this expression is a part of me that I want to get intimate with. I want to continue to get intimate with myself in this discovery. And that I have choice. Often I think, it's easy to feel powerless, especially around money, because it feels like somebody else has it and they're not giving it to us for whatever reason, or there's some sort of blockage around it. And I'm really trying to accept my power of choice in the actions that I take, and to have the will in my heart to move into what I know is right for myself. I also wrote something down here about the obstacles or these perceived events in my life that I feel are blocking me are really markers. They're markers and places to look at, and are places to see where I myself where the story is kind of like taking control over me, right? Where I am letting, an awareness around whatever I think is happening or not happening around money. It's like it has its power over me. I have no control over it, and is there a way that I could look at something that I feel is happening to me around money a little bit differently? Is it a marker, or is it showing me that I need to go in a different direction, that something has changed, something has transformed, that I have evolved in a way that things currently can't continue to work the way that they are working, and there needs to be a place where I need to lean into maybe slowing down and not trying to make things go faster than how the process is. Maybe the process is more slow and a little bit more thorough. So that's something going on with me that I wanted to share. What's going on with you? Did anything come up in your journaling that you want to share with the community, or something that's just on your mind, or anything inspirational that inspired you that you want to contribute in support of someone else? We are a community, and we are here for each other in this ever-winding spiral of life. I will see you in the next one. Bye.